What is up, Capricorn? How y'all doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We gonna see what's happening with y'all in the fourth week of August. August week 4, 2025. So remember, weekly check-ins are just a short, sweet, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you need a personal reading, you can always go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. I have a link for it right down here in the description, though. Okay, let's just hop right into this. Let's see how the energy is looking with your situation and the person you're dealing with in the fourth week of August. How's it looking, universe, Capricorn, and the person they're dealing with? Knight of Pentacles. That's an irritating card to jump out first thing. It's like, what the hell does that mean, you know? I get maybe that could be your energy, possibly. But it's a really boring fucking card. If I had to make a list of the top 5 most boring cards in the whole tarot, this is definitely on that list. It might be number 1, honestly. Let's get 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Eight of Wands. Oh, Ace of Swords. Well, nah, you know what? I think this, so, okay, so the Knight of Wands, I think, is the individual that you're dealing with is slowly creeping their way towards you, possibly doing little things to try to get your attention. I think, honestly, they're a little bit too scared to approach you, though. They're contemplating it. I think they know what they want to say. They're just too afraid to say it. They're trying to find somebody new, but more than likely not having a whole lot of success with that. And, yeah, slowly inching their way towards you. Wouldn't surprise me, like I said. Now, I wouldn't advise doing this. But if you did go look at their social media, they probably posting little shit directed towards you, you know. Let me just put it to you like this. If you've checked their social media in the last week or two, and you saw a post that you highly suspect might be directed towards you, I guarantee you it was. Guarantee it. You know. And that could mean anything. I'm leaving that as a very general statement. Was it something meant to elicit a negative response from you? I don't know. Was it something to get you to feel sorry for them? I don't know. Was it something to make you think that they've moved on and they're happier? I don't know. But something, I think, to probably try to get your attention and get some kind of response from you. But it just doesn't appear as though you give 2 diddly fucks. But I would imagine that if you're here watching this video to see what's going on with them, you do give plenty of diddly fucks, huh? Some of you dealing with a Leo. I also have Aquarius, Virgo, and Aries. All right, could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. How do they really feel about you at the deepest level? What's their energy really look like? What kind of person are they in general? Oh, yeah. 10 of Swords. Well, I think they're about to throw in the white towel on this. About to. Coming close. Yeah, they're just too damn nervous about this. Too scared to approach you. Now, this came out in the last spread. I didn't want to talk about it, and I still don't want to talk about it, but I think this person is a lonely, empty codependent. They're too afraid to approach you, yeah. I think they would like to reconcile, though. I think they would. But here's the question. The question is, have they made a change? That's the question. And I think most of you know the answer to that question. How often do people change? People change when they're put in a situation where they're forced to, right? People change when not changing is not really an option. You know, like their life is on the line, or they're going to end up going homeless, or they're going to end up destroying their life, or maybe they do destroy their life, you know. Most people don't change until the very last minute or until it's too late. That's just what it is. Change sucks. You know, changing who you are sucks. Most people let life change them. They don't make the conscious decision to say, I need to change. They let life beat them down to the ground, and life will change them by default, you know? So have they made a change? Nah. This is one of those types of situations where, you know, I want to come back and pretty much do the same thing I did last time. If you would just do things my way, it would work. If you would just make the changes I want you to make, then it would work. You're the one that's always doing this. You're the one that's always doing that. You're the one that won't stop doing this. You're the one that needs to start doing that. You. It's all you. So you're the one that needs to make the changes, not me. That's the mentality of this individual. And you ain't got to be a goddamn rocket scientist or a fucking skateboard scientist to understand that the outcome of that scenario is not going to be very positive. So, okay. Let's see. Let's just get the advice, man. Let's get the advice. This is moving so goddamn slow. Probably ain't nothing going to happen in the 4th week of August. I'm not going to lie. That's moving too fucking slow. Let's get the advice. What is the advice for Capricorn? What's the advice? Oh, 5 of Cups. Boom, 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, I'm a little bit nervous. I would, I don't know about that. I almost want to say, shoot this person a closure message, but I don't even know if I want to say that. I guess it would depend on whether or not you truly believe that you're solid enough to not feed into any games they try to play with you. This is the thing about them closure conversations. I was just telling, I think Scorpio, Sagittarius, I don't remember. I was just telling one of these other signs earlier that when you write somebody a closure message, it's not supposed to be a conversation, right? A lot of people go into it thinking, you know, how's this conversation going to go? It's not a fucking conversation. Now, we would all love it if it turned into a peaceful conversation where we both let bygones be bygones and part ways peacefully like 2 ships passing in the night, but That's not the point. It's not a conversation, right? If I shoot you a closure message, that's me letting you know that the air is clear on my end. There are no hidden motives or intentions behind it. I don't care how or if you respond. I have no intentions of anything other than closure happening as a result of me sending you this message. But a lot of times people go into it with them little hidden motives, hidden intentions. Well, I wonder what they're gonna say. It doesn't fucking matter what they say. It's closure. Well, I wonder what will happen. What do you mean, what will happen? It's closure. It's not a conversation. You tell me what'll happen. I'll tell you what's supposed to happen. I shoot you a closure message, and then I walk away. That's what's supposed to happen. If anything other than that happens, that's your fault. Do you think you're in a solid enough place to be able to do that? If not, that's okay. That's okay. But we all reach that stage at different points, you know? But I don't know. I just feel like this person would try really, 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 really hard to milk the situation if you did that. I guess I'll just have to leave that up to you. What do you think? Do you think you're at a good enough place where, you know, even if they tried to play games with you, you could just ignore it? Could you do that? Just for now. Just for now. Because the thing about it is that once you do this, you have to understand that you're on an energetic trajectory. Down here in this dimension, we're in a linear time-space illusion. So the game that we're in is moving forward. So you have a linear trajectory, okay? Whenever you do something like that and you make an energetic shift, you do something to change the energetic pattern in which your timeline is moving forward. It's gonna kick it 1 degree. Gonna change the trajectory 1 degree. You ain't even gonna notice it at first. That's why you wanna wait. Shoot somebody a closure message. I like to wait 2 months. I don't know why. Nobody taught me that. This is just on my spiritual journey, on my healing journey, on my manifestation journey, on my evolutionary journey. I've just noticed for some reason that it seems like every time I've ever had to do that, and I've done it many times, 2 months seems to be the magic number for me. You know, if me and you were cool back in the day, it doesn't matter whether we were in a relationship or we were just friends or business partners or what, and we fell out 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and I shoot you a closure message today, I wait 2 months. Then by October, if I step back and reflect on it, I feel a huge energetic shift. Huge. The energy between me and you does not feel the same way that it's been feeling for the past 5 years. So, yeah, just feel the situation out accordingly and respond accordingly. I mean, you're honestly better off. You're better off leaving a karmic tie as it is and spending the extra 5 years healing from it than putting yourself in a situation and risk getting sucked back in, repeating a past cycle and adding another layer to that karmic tie. So, all right. It's gear shifting time. Let's see what's coming in for the singles. What's coming in for the single cappies in the 4th week of August? What's coming in? Page of Pentacles. Could be some communication. Page of Pentacles isn't really... And the Ace of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Jesus Christ, Batman. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Hold up. This is a real specific message. I hate it when it gets this specific. That's been happening a lot here lately. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the message that I see, and I'm going to see what I can do with it to generalize it. This tells me communication coming in, you know, a potential love interest. And we talking, maybe flirting, and it's really feeling like things are starting to go somewhere, maybe slowly, but things kind of feel like they're progressing and moving forward. And then all of a sudden, you end up finding out that they're either already in a relationship or they're seeing somebody else or something. And then, boom, that crashes and burns and comes to an end, and you end up walking away from this. You know what? I've been seeing a lot of start quick, end quick shit coming up for the end of August for a lot of signs. That's like what seems to be like a shared theme for a lot of the signs. Used to, for those of you new to my channel, I did the weekly forecast in one all signs video. And I haven't done an all signs video in a while, and I'm going to start bringing some back to the mix. I just got to figure it out. But when I did the all signs video, some of you may remember that I would point out the fact that there's a general theme that 80 to 90% of the signs share for the week. Whether it's, I don't know, hearing a past person coming back, or something. There'll be some kind of shared theme that the majority of the signs share. Well, I figured that maybe I could get past that when I break the weekly check-in up into individual sign videos. Nope, it still does the same shit. There's still a general shared theme for every sign, even in these weekly check-ins the way I'm doing them now. And that's one thing that I've seen a lot of is start quick, end quick. For this particular week coming up, start quick, end quick. I don't really know what else I can do for that. Maybe the only way I could generalize it is, communication coming in, potential love interest, and you find out something about them that's unsavory. Something, whether it's another relationship that they're in, or that they have 5 other fucking people in their DMs that they're also talking to, or maybe they have a secret addiction issue, or, maybe they live a lifestyle that you're not fucking cool with. I don't know. But yeah, it looks kind of, and I wouldn't really say start quick because this looks kind of like it's starting slow, but, it doesn't take lift off. It doesn't get up off the ground before it crashes and burns. And you walk away from this. All right, could be a Scorpio for some of you. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Next person coming in for Capricorn. Whoa. Well, that was interesting. 2 of Swords. They don't know who they want to be with. Hey, that's enough said right there, in my opinion. That's enough said, in my opinion. You don't know if you want to be with me? Go the fuck on somewhere then. Nah. I'm disrespecting myself. I'm disrespecting myself clinging to you and crossing my fingers and hoping that you see my value one day. Fuck that. No, fuck that. You don't see my value, go on somewhere. That's just the way I see it. If you don't know if you want me, I don't want you. Yeah, I do think that this person I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to say that they are talking to a bunch of other people, but I do think that there are a few potential prospects in mind, and they don't really know who they want. And hey, man, not everybody may see it like me. Man, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, if you wanna play that game, if you wanna compete, if you wanna have to compete for their attention or for their whatever, then go ahead. But I don't think the majority of you want to do that, and I don't fucking blame you. Shouldn't have to. Shouldn't fucking have to. If I have to compete for your attention, I don't want it. I don't want it. Nope, I don't want it. You go find somebody else. You go find out who the better one is. Right? So, okay. It doesn't look like it's bad per se, but it's still not energy that's it would be very, very slippery and dangerous and very risky. It's a very volatile situation to try to lay a foundation with somebody in that mindset. That's very. Now, am I saying that it has never worked? No. I'm sure it's happened out there somewhere in the ether of eternity where somebody had 2 or 3 people to choose from and they juggled them all for 6 fucking months before they finally made the decision of who they wanted to be with, and they laid a foundation and lived happily ever after. I'm not saying that has never happened. I'm not necessarily claiming that that cannot happen. What I'm saying is those results are not fucking typical at all. That's what I'm saying. Just like there have been people who have had an F5 tornado roll right over their fucking head. Y'all see that documentary, the tornadoes or the twisters or whatever? And then people, the motherfucking F5 tornado rolled right over top of them when they were in the building. And it killed everybody else in the building but them, and they looked up through the eye of an F5 fucking tornado, bro! It happened, but are those results typical? Hail to the fuck no. Absolutely not. An F5 tornado rolls over your ass. Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? Goofy example, but you see the point that I'm making. Yes, there are exceptions to everything, but do you want to take the chance? I personally don't think I'm special enough to be that fucking exception. That's just me. All right. Any advice? King of Swords reverse. Ooh. I was debating on whether or not to say that because that's the same thing I said to I think Libra. I don't remember. But do the best you can. When situations go wrong like this, I know it can be incredibly frustrating. Sometimes it can be downright fucking infuriating, depending on the circumstances of the situation. But try your best not to do anything that's going to create a tighter karmic tie than there already is. All right? Try not to. I get it, man. I totally fucking get it. There's some real pieces of shit out there. There are. Who fucking deserve every bit of what you want to say to them and everything else. But at the end of the day, energy, frequency, and vibration doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't. It doesn't care. I know that there's this notion that there's this little invisible superhero named Captain Karma. Never fear, Captain Karma is here. Somebody did something to you, I'll just wait. I'm going to go kick their ass. It's not the way it works. No, it ain't. The way it works is the vibrations that you cast are mirrored back to you. There is no judgment. I hate to burst somebody's bubble out there because I know somebody's mad at me now for saying that. I don't give a fuck. That's not the way it works. There is no judgment. There is none. It's a default setting. We're in like a fucking universal computer game, and it has some default settings in it. Or you could call it an immutable universal law. Basically, that's like a fucking setting in a game that can't be changed, you know? So energy, frequency, and vibration doesn't care if you're a good person or a bad person, or if you did good, or if they deserve it. That energy, frequency, it doesn't think about deserve, right? It doesn't matter if this person deserves to be cussed out, you know? If you do that and you stir up that kind of energy, that's going to create a karmic tie, and it's just going to fuck you over in the end. Just the way it is. It sucks. I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying that I agree with it. It's annoying as shit, but that's the way it is. That's the way it is. So do the best you can that, try to just step away quietly. Try to, if you can. Every now and then, you're dealing with somebody that is going to make damn sure that you don't get to step away quietly. That's a different story for a different time. But if you're able to, try your hardest to step away quietly, and just work on releasing that from within. Okay? All right. I feel like those were the messages that my Capricorn family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is all down here in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.